The first results of the season are in as we kick off another edition of Vikings Update. Viking football preview with head coach Dennis McCulloch later in the show, but first we have volleyball results. VCSU opened the season in Arizona with a 2-2 record last weekend at the Arizona Christian Invitational. Opened with a 3-1 victory Friday over tournament host Arizona Christian University, followed up with a 3-0 loss to Benedictine Mesa. It was another split on Saturday as the Viking volleyball team won a hard-fought 3-2 victory over Embry-Riddle. The Vikings then closed the tournament with a 3-1 loss to Faulkner University. A 2-2 start to the season for the Vikings, who have a pair of exhibition games on the schedule next. They play at Bismarck State on Wednesday and then go to Concordia College in Moorhead on September 1st. Viking golf set to open the season Wednesday with the Jamestown Open at the Jamestown Country Club. 1 p.m. start time for the 18-hole tournament. We'll have results up at VCSUVikings.com. VCSU softball has a new head coach as Michael Mook has been hired to lead the program. He replaces Ellie Fracker, who took a head coach job at Fort Lewis College in Colorado. Mook worked the previous 6 years as an assistant at Augustana College in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Augustana made the national tournament each of his 6 years as an assistant there. And finally, football season is here. VCSU opens the season at rival University of Jamestown, 1 p.m. on Saturday. A non-conference game between the two teams. They'll meet again later this season in Valley City. But as always, the Paint Bucket Trophy is up for grabs on Saturday. Vikings currently hold the Paint Bucket after winning both meetings last season. That game can be heard on KOVC 1490 AM or newsdakota.com, and you can watch a video feed at VCSUVikings.com. Welcome into this week's edition of Vikings Update, joined this week by Dennis McCulloch, head football coach. Coach, 2015 season is upon us, ready or not. Your first game is this weekend at the University of Jamestown. Always interesting to have your season opener against your rival, but you guys have had a couple weeks of fall practice now. Ready or not, are you guys ready for this game? I guess that's the question.
I know our guys are going to be excited to play, and our coaches are ready to go, to plan and to play somebody else instead of scheming for each other. So it'll be good. It'll be good to get some competition and see where we're at. And as every season starts, there are some great unknowns and how our guys are going to respond to game-like situations. And so this is a great opportunity for us now to get out and go against very good competition. And it's easy to get ready for Jamestown.
Right. Now, I don't know if coaches are ever truly fully prepared for that first game. Guys are always raring to go, but how has the preseason practice gone for you? Are happy with the effort the guys have put in?
Oh yeah, I'm very happy with our guys. I think our overall the work ethic and the things that our guys have done to prepare themselves. I've been very pleased with. I think we came into camp as good a shape as we've been in. Our guys did a nice job in the off season, and so that part has been very a positive thing for us. You always have some injuries during camp, and there's always some things that are cause you to question how this is going to be. But overall, I feel good coming out of camp with our guys and how they've done.
You guys do return quite a few starters from last year's team that went 9-2 and made the NAI playoffs. We'll start on defense. 8 or 9 starters returning, and that was really, both sides were key last year, but the defense was top 15 in the nation in several categories. How do you feel about your defense and the guys you bring back coming into this year?
Yeah, we feel good about it. It's nice to have some experience. There's no question. Guys have been through it before, and they know what the level that they're going to have to play at to be successful. I think it allows you to be able to do some things maybe differently now than we normally do at this point in time with guys. When you have an experienced group coming back, I think that's a help. That helps you. So we feel very good about what our defense brings and what we have coming back, and those guys have done a really nice job. I think our concern is just our depth at positions. Okay. When you start talking about your next guys in our true freshmen, that's never as a coach, you never get excited about that opportunity. Those things, I'm sure some of our young guys are excited about the opportunity, but that's just the reality of where we're at. We know we don't have great depth, and hopefully we can go through a season without a lot of injuries, and that's those are we'll start hoping now for those things. But we do have some good kids that can roll in and still fill some spots for us, and so it's just developing the depth and giving those kids enough experience so that they feel confident that they're not making the mental mistakes that you'd normally see a new guy coming in and having some struggles with. So I think that's the biggest thing when we start talking about lack of depth. It's just maybe more of a better appropriate is lack of experience, depth type of thing, and we'll deal with that as it comes.
Offensively, last couple of years have been kind of spoiled. Broke a lot of rushing records, I believe 2 years ago. Broke a lot of passing school records last year. What's going to fall this year? How's that offense looking so far?
Hopefully we're going to say more balanced. That I think we've improved our running game with the addition of a couple of transfer kids and with our guys that we have returning, and I think that's going to we may see a little bit of more improvement in our running game and maybe just more balance there. I think we still will have the ability to be able to stretch the field and do some good things with our wide receivers also. I think we feel good offensively. I think our question marks a little bit on the offensive line just because of we have some guys returning, but we also probably the same thing as when we start looking at our defense is just the depth there, the experience of our depth and that type of thing. So hopefully again we're not going to have a lot of injuries and those we'll be okay then.
And last thing, it's Jimmy week to open the season for you guys, which that's actually what was last year too. But with the new guys coming in, how do you get them used to a little bit, maybe the extra intensity they'll see out on the field and that rivalry? Do you rely on the returning guys to kind of teach them on that a little bit, or do you as coaches address that?
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit, but I think most of the guys, when you will start to sense it from our older guys and our returning guys on how they talk about playing Jamestown and the things that they've experienced. I think that's not. It's just more of a natural thing that guys can see it and it feels different, that way. And it's we do talk about the rivalry and try to explain some of the history to our new guys and what the paint bucket is about and all those things and to give them some of the tradition and history of our games with them. And I think that's a positive, and our kids will, again, our younger guys kind of. It doesn't take long to figure out it's a different feeling probably going into a rivalry type game than a normal week. So,
all right, Coach, appreciate the time. Again, kickoff 1 p.m. Saturday at the University of Jamestown. Vikings against Jimmy's season opener. Coach, let's go keep that bucket. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.